These are the federal workers who just found out they lost their jobs this morning. The State Department is laying off more than 1,300 employees this Friday.
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately, we're filing for bankruptcy.
I work here.
You dismiss us instead of talk to us.
Dan, are you running away from us?
No, I'm directing you back to your place.
I have a sync on my calendar in 3 minutes. I'm getting laid off. I saw who it's with. Layoffs are going on right now. But basically, they're giving me 2 weeks severance. They're paying me through the end of the day. Yeah, I'm laid off.
As of yesterday, I am newly unemployed. Many tech companies are making cuts and laying off employees. And yesterday, I got cut up. I felt sad, not because of the job per se, but because someone can basically decide to write me off the payroll and change the trajectory of my entire life. I just think that in itself is sad.
I just got laid off and I'm still in shock because everything happened so fast. They actually did me pretty dirty. Definitely hit me out of nowhere because we had just come home from our honeymoon and celebrating my 30th birthday. I'm in tech, so layoffs happen, but I just did not expect it to happen to me because I've been with this company for about 8 years. They know that we just closed on a property last month. My manager does not share the same sentiment as the decision makers, and that's enough for me to make my peace. Not too mad about the outcome because I feel like I accidentally manifested this. This is the first real adult job I've ever had. Was lined up before I even graduated college. So it's kind of scary but exciting to rebuild my career from the bottom up.
It can happen to anybody at any time, which is scary, no matter how good or talented you think you are. And now it's not just massive firings that are a problem, but also underpaying workers too.
Any of the tech workers still unemployed from the mass layoffs, have y'all been getting feelers sent out by recruiters yet? Suddenly, I have a lot of recruiters in my inbox for contract work 6 months to 1 year at a time, but they are all hiring for a ridiculously low hourly rate. So jobs that I used to go on where I would be making $50 to $70 an hour are now hiring for $25 to $30 an hour, which is about the same amount that I make doing retail management work. Except with my retail manager's job, I at least get benefits. The whole reason for a high hourly is that you are charging for the benefits that you do not get as a salaried employee, including things like job security, your 401k, and your health insurance. We are undergoing a major salary reset for the tech industry at the very least, if not across the board.
I just got laid off from Google today. When I first got my offer 3 years ago, I thought I made it, not just for me, but also for my parents. Some people say that getting laid off was the best thing that has ever happened to them. But as an only child from an immigrant family, I don't think so. I don't even know if I should tell them yet because I know they will worry. And honestly, I don't have any hobbies and I don't do much outside of work. So a big part of my identity was tied to my job. In a time where big tech layoffs are becoming more common, I know many of you might be going through something similar and wondering what to do next. This is my first time too. But let's figure it out together.
At the very least, he has a major tech company on his resume for future gigs, even if the economy collapses pretty soon. Now this next one had a comment section that was a literal circus, and brace yourselves.
Congregation here. What counts as congregating? I'm sorry? What's your definition of congregating?
So everyone, we'd appreciate if you would go back to the workplace where you're...
Is there a place that you would be able to speak to us?
Not today. We have other things going on.
Do you think we're not worth speaking to, Stan?
Those are your words, not mine.
But they might be your beliefs.
They're not my beliefs.
Oh, okay. So you do think we're worth speaking to?
Everyone should go back to your workplace.
I work here.
You dismiss us instead of talk to us.
You told us that we had to come work in person here 4 days a week. This is our workplace. Dan, are you running away from us?
No, I'm directing you back to your place of work.
Okay, where's my place of work?
If you could just go this way, you guys.
Will you come this way with us? No,
I'm in a meeting. I'm working.
Okay, well, we have some quick questions. If you answer them, we'd be happy to go back to our desks.
All right. Thank you.
For you?
Thank you.
You don't want to answer any questions?
I've directed you back to your workplace.
Is that a good answer, guys?
Absolutely not. Come on, Stan.
Not a really good answer, Stan.
We're
Stan, these are
concerned
you.
about our colleagues.
Yeah.
We're concerned
about
about
our company.
You're disengaging with the employees who work here.
Did you like the OT and vote?
These are
political
great.
reasons?
Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
We decided to part ways with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you right there. Also, why are you doing this and not my manager? We've never met, so this seems a little odd that my manager has no idea that this has been happening and the director has no idea that this has been happening. So I'm just definitely confused and I would love like an explanation that makes sense. Also, every single one-on-one I've had with my manager, every conversation I've had with him, he has been giving me nothing but I am doing a great job, I have had great activity, I have really great meetings. So I disagree that my performance hasn't been, I haven't met performance expectations, and it must be very easy for you to just have these little 10-minute, 15-minute meetings, tell someone that they're fired, completely wreck their whole life, and then that's it with no explanation. It just doesn't make any sense that you guys have still not been able to give me a reason why I'm being let go.
Just from a process perspective, your questions are valid. This isn't going to be the forum and the situation where we're able to go into the detail that you're looking for.
But then when? If it's not right as I'm getting fired, then it's certainly not going to be after when I'm no longer part of the company.
So I don't think that there's anything we can say in this moment or today, Brittany, that's going to change the way that you feel.
Companies require you to give at least a 2 weeks notice that you're leaving, yet will fire you at a moment's notice. Yet they should at least pay you for those 2 weeks so you have some sort of cushion. And next we got a tough dose of reality.
Put a finger down if you're laid off and have been applying for jobs for over 2 years. You've applied to hundreds of jobs and tailored your resume to every single one of those applications. You use ChatGPT. You've done courses. You've networked. You've gotten dozens of referrals. You've joined a job search council. You've got a career coach. You've lowered your standards so much that now you only apply to entry-level jobs, even though you have over 10 years of working experience and still don't even get those. So now you work 5 different part-time jobs, barely making $40K a year, live in low-income housing, and now we live in a looming recession and the job market's about to crash and you truly don't know what to do next.
Oh, hell no.
You guys, with the number of people that were laid off in January and how quickly AI is advancing, it looks like we're entering a point of no return, as in governments may have to introduce universal basic income because there may not be enough jobs for all of us to work. So if you do have a job right now, now is not the time to quit. Please hold on to it with everything that you have. And if you have any sort of income available to you, whether it's like a side hustle or driving Uber, use it. Use your skills now to make as much money as you can while you still can. Because the world as we know it, meaning pre-AI, looks like it's just not going to be coming back ever.
You could argue that it's more of a company decision than the AI itself taking the job. And next you got the problems continuing at a big company like AT&T.
Hey, did y'all see today all the posts about people at AT&T and different companies having to do massive layoffs due to the tariffs, and they doing a whole bunch of cuts. Baby, people is devastated. They coming into work today to find out that they have 1 week or 2 weeks left to work and then they out. What is people supposed to do? Oh my God. I guess it's because this bill done passed. I told y'all, man, it's finna get rough. And it started today. Y'all go in there and look. AT&T had a massive layoff. I think over the whole company of AT&T, they say like 60,000 people is getting job cuts. So what they supposed to do? Get unemployment? What they supposed to do?
I've been laid off for 2 years now. I was laid off at 50 years old. I'm almost 52. And I've done all the things, applied to jobs, network, change my resume, go in and talk to people, have conversations, contact people through LinkedIn, contact people that you used to work with. I've done all of it. I've had a handful of interviews where I've been told, you're overqualified. You wouldn't be happy here. And then I've applied to jobs where I am qualified, but they're hiring internally, but they are still interviewing externally just to waste your time, even though they knew they were pretty much going to hire somebody internally.
I don't like where this is going.
Is my company shutting down?
All right, I have really bad news, everybody. Effectively, immediately ceasing all operations. We have sent the call centers homes on the east. We're filing for bankruptcy.
For the people that we did have onboarding,
Are we calling them and telling them this, or is HR doing that?
That is a good question.
If you're really frustrated, then just name it. And if you feel like you're in a shock, or just recognize where you are, because it mirrors the process of going through grief. So just take care of yourself like you have lost something, because you have. We all have. Thank you. Thanks. Bye.
Some will wonder why there aren't enough golden parachutes to go around, yet it seems like they are reserved exclusively for shareholders and executives. And now those who have been laid off would trade places with her in a heartbeat.
I just finished my first full week at a 9-to-5 job, and I'm gonna crash out because this can't be the rest of my life. I'm just not ready. I barely lived. I feel like my life is over. I feel like no days off. No days off. PTO. What are you talking about? Wait. What are you talking about? There's a limit. There's a limit to how many days off I get. What are you talking about? Stop. And I am not a morning person. Who goes to bed at 8 p.m.? Why? Why would you do that to yourself? Why? I'm done. Now I get midlife crises. Now I get it. I've been laid off. I don't have a job. I'm unemployed. I have no income.
I just got laid off.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. Will you give me literally anything?
Yeah.
Venti would be great. I'm gonna load myself up.
Let me build you the perfect drink, by the way.
Okay, definitely a coffee.
What is your feelings on chocolate and pistachio?
Great. We have great feelings about that.
Okay.
Anything you say.
Okay. Anything else today, my love?
That'll be it.
Okay, that'll be $7.61 at the window for me.
Thank you.
One thing I was unprepared for in the professional world was how they do layoffs. There was this one guy who had worked at the company for 8 years. He had moved closer to the office to cut down his commute. He never talked bad about the company, and you could tell that this company was his life. One day, he gets a call from his boss who he had worked with for 8 years, and he joins a Zoom. Immediately, HR joins the call, and he knows what's going down. After that call, laid off, he goes back to his desk, picks up all his stuff, doesn't even say anything to anyone, doesn't say bye. I don't blame him though, he's probably in so much shock. Gathers all of his stuff, walks out the door. Just like that, 8 years and gone. That's how layoffs happen. And the craziest part was no one around me looked surprised because it's so normalized. It's just another day in the life.
Thankfully, he just stayed quiet and left because we can only imagine what he would have said had he spoken up, because it would not have been nice. And next we got when you're single, just bought a home, got into credit card debt, and then you still got laid off.
I have a couple of notes to share with you, but I'll still be glad to get those notes to make sure I cover things, but I will also follow up with an email so you don't have to retain everything I'm going to say. Made the difficult decision to restructure the XD org, and as a result, reduce the size of the org. And unfortunately, you're impacted by this change. So your last working day is today, but the good news is you'll be paid through February 2nd. Those are the most important pieces of information. Your system access as an employee will be turned off at some point today. I'm not sure when exactly. In your Workday and Benefits portal, you'll still have access to until February 2nd as an employee. And then after that, you'll have access to it as an alumni. And then I'm going to email you the specifics of your severance, benefits, and a few other details that will probably be helpful later when you're ready to go through them. Or anything that you want to ask.
Are there any reasons other than just restructuring? What's the reason for the restructuring?
That's a really good question. It has to do with the company is doing consolidated priorities this year and next year. They are looking to, so the org, it has nothing to do with performance. It has nothing to do with location and everything to do with the company wanting to do less in tech and take on less priorities. And as a result, the team is being reduced for them to support that.
Corporate America is about to cut jobs, even before AI is ready to replace them. Look what's happening already.
Amazon's cut over 16,000 jobs in 2026 alone. And Microsoft has freeze hiring on key teams and doubled down on AI investment. Across the tech industry, over 45,000 jobs have been cut, and at least 20% of them have been tied to AI. But here's the thing that nobody's saying out loud. Companies don't actually need AI to replace your job. They just need shareholders to believe it will. They cut the jobs now, boost margins now, and figure out the AI thing later. So the question isn't, is AI going to take your job? The question is, how soon is your company going to cut you to make them look more efficient?
As tough as it may sound, in many cases, the shareholders are the priority in the company because the employees are seen as replaceable while the investor money isn't. And next, we got some interesting points as to how these layoffs really happen.
The truth about job layoffs from a former head of finance. So here's the thing. The job market is absolutely atrocious, and it has been like that for the last 2 years or so. And the reason being, which no one is talking about, is because of variable rate debt. We all remember that interest rates were at a record low, and so many people were getting their hands on very affordable money. Not only was that the case with mortgages, but also on the corporate level. So a lot of companies were getting their hands on cash at variable interest rates that were highly, highly favorable. And the thing with variable rate debt is that the rate is going to be very attractive when they onboard you, but then it's going to adjust to the market. So then we saw in the years since that interest rates were sky high, record high. Now the companies are on the hook for paying back that money. And originally, companies were getting their hands on that money because they wanted to reinvest in growth in their business. They were pouring it into development, marketing, and hiring. I had colleagues of mine that were leaving our company because they were getting job offers twice what they were making with us at our competitor. The problem with that is that in the years since then, the variable interest rates have been out of control. Now companies are required to pay back that debt at market rates, and they cannot keep up with the cash flow.
I just got laid off from my job after 12 years, and it's bullshit. In 2023, my office closed completely. There's offices all over the place, but my physical location closed. And that forced us all to go work from home, and God forbid people are responsible enough to work from home. We did it for 5 years during a pandemic, so slowly people have been getting let go. So I knew that it was coming eventually, but like my husband got laid off last year. It's been a whole year that I've still been hanging on. I'm so mad. Like, I'm not even sad. It was toxic. I needed to go. This is probably the best thing that could happen to me. But the way that the world is right now, how do you lay someone off after 12 years when they do so much work and have been nothing but loyal? I have a family. I have bills. And the icing on the cake is because I knew that this was coming. Starting in the middle of December, I think, I started applying for jobs. I have applied for 175 jobs since I think it was December 19th. Today's February 23rd. 175 jobs. And do you want to know how many interviews I've had? None. I've been rejected with the generic email for about 50 of them, maybe.
Those great opportunities of remote work created in 2020 are becoming more and more rare. So it looks like employers do not care about their workers having some geographical freedom. And next we have Oracle laying off 30,000 employees while offering a $30 million pay package to an executive.
I just got laid off for basically the second time back to back. If you didn't know, I worked at Twitter and I got laid off when Elon Musk acquired the company. Since then, I've been working at a like a content strategy agency type place as a director of strategy, and I just got laid off yesterday. It's surreal because I definitely didn't want to go through another layoff. Being laid off the first time was one of the most traumatic events that have ever happened to me, especially because it happened so publicly. This time was obviously a little bit different, but the company lost some clients and now here I am without a job. It's hard to feel like secure in a job anymore. It feels like those days are over. So I don't know if I should be in tech anymore or working this corporate life. I love the security of having a stable job, but that hasn't been the case for quite some time for me because it's just been so unstable in the industry.
These are the federal workers who just found out they lost their jobs this morning. The State Department is laying off more than 1,300 employees this Friday. And behind me, you've got a rally going on as these workers walk out with thoughts in their hands and crowds are cheering and supporting them.
Yeah, so my entire team was affected by this. This is a sad day for democracy. It's a sad day for human rights.
These cuts are part of a major reorganization planned by the Trump administration. The administration says it's about streamlining and making the department more efficient. But critics argue that this will seriously weaken U.S. diplomacy at a time when global tensions are rising.
I just think it's a sad time for our institution at a time when, if anything, the State Department is needed more than ever.
Some argue that the government is bloated and the cuts were needed, while others say that these jobs are crucial for the US and its diplomacy. Thanks for watching, and check out the School Community and the video right above me.